Bet you're glad it's Friday.
Heather, thank you so much for being here and doing this because you're a very special person in this whole Los Angeles. When I met you, it was music scene, and that's how we met, and that was probably, I mean, it was pre-COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I don't remember the band you were playing with. You were playing guitar with
Egrets.
maybe Egrets.
Egrets
Yeah,
in our gut.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I just, I mean, we met, we talked a little bit, and then watching you on stage was like, it just was immediately apparent to me. This is somebody who's really thinks about what she's doing. She's just, she's captured this, and she's giving whatever she feels to us. That may not sound like much, but it's a lot. I've seen a million bands,
Yeah, it
and
sounds like
there's
a
a
lot
lot
to
of,
me.
well,
Thank you.
it's a lot of times you can, see people playing and they're playing. Okay, well, good. And they might be really good, just shredding and whatever.
Yeah.
But there was just something about when you were playing, there was just an emotion and an energy that I thought was really significant. And it was just, it was, fucking cool. And then when we talked, and you're telling me about these blues guys,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, my mind is just blown. She knows about that stuff. So tell me kind of just a little bit like how you kind of got into that and why you did that and what was so fun about it. What was attractive about getting into roots music and then punk? I assume that you listened to a lot of that. And just tell me about that. How did that happen and when?
Okay. Well, performing live is cathartic release for sure. First of all, just to touch on that, it's like my favorite, best form of therapy.
Yeah. Okay.
Like just a release to get all the pent up energy out of me.
Yes.
So it's cool that you noticed that.
Yes.
Um,
This is obvious. Right. She's
Yeah.
getting pent up energy out. There it is.
yeah. Um, and yeah, so punk is a big part of my story for sure. But I think before punk happened, I was actually talking to Adam from Egrets about this the other day. Like when you're really young and getting into music and the albums that we had, and I remembered this has nothing to do with blues, but um, I remember one of them was oh my god, I'm brain farting on her name right now, which is quasi embarrassing. The I need to kind of do that conda, I don't need to do yourself any longer.
Well, you just told us right now. So there it is.
What's her name?
I don't know, but that's as close as we need to get.
Anyway, it's like kind of just like Latina
Mm-hmm.
music. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, my dad listens to a lot of classic rock. So there was that. There was like whatever was on the radio with dad, right? Like Black Sabbath,
Yes.
Deep Purple.
Dad, dude. Dad, dude.
Yeah, like what was ever playing in dad's truck.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I've always been someone that does a lot of research,
Mm-hmm.
like a nerd about research, especially in regards to music. And I feel like I went from there into blues music because I realized that it was an influence to rock and roll in general.
So you recognized the foundation
Yeah.
of that stuff. I mean, a lot of people don't.
Well, and I
You
like
know.
researched it.
Yeah,
and,
you're
like,
looking into it. Okay.
Yeah, I was
So you discover
looking
that.
into it.
Yeah.
And, part of that is like white people taking the music. And like Elvis too. I liked Elvis. So knowing his backstory.
Yeah. And you're 16, 17, 18, 12?
Yeah, I'm probably around from 14 to 16. Like,
Okay.
Or maybe 13 to 16.
Wow.
Because 13, in that time frame, was also came punk rock. So maybe it's all just like
Yeah.
a bubble of,
Yeah.
And also, half my family is like Southern Baptist.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm very
Christian.
familiar with that.
Yeah. So gospel music
Ah, yeah. There we
and
go.
how that ties into,
Right.
that type
Yeah.
of music. So I feel like I just had all that in my brain.
Yeah. It was all
Yeah.
just kind of like almost like a treasure chest, just waiting for you to open the lid. And for you, those connections were just kind of a little bit more obvious, maybe a little more apparent than they might be to some people. Because, people listen to music, they don't really give a damn where it came from or how it happened or the
Right.
influences for that. But I mean, your case, but that must feel good to know that stuff, to have that, in your head, and somehow that's got to come out in what you do and what you play.
Yeah, probably. And I'm a little obsessive, I guess, in like I'm sure you could relate in a music nerdy type of way. You know what I mean? So once
Yeah.
I get onto something, I'm just like, I
So
want
you
to go
find out.
back, want to find out
Yeah.
more things. I want to, and I generally am kind of a sad person and I like sad music. So, like, of course, the blues.
Well, if you're generally sad, the blues kind of works.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just like, God, I'm feeling sad. What do I listen to? Oh yeah, the blues. Right? Why not? Well, I just think that's interesting to me because that was, like I said, just kind of a little more readily available to you, but not without you digging and trying to find out what it was. And so
Yeah.
that obviously that interest and that curiosity, you're digging, you're trying to, you're finding things. But I hear it because you've got, all the singles and the album that you made and all that stuff. There's a lot of variety there. I mean, there's a lot of artistic expression, different kinds, and then sometimes that stuff comes out. You don't even doesn't sound like Delta blues,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It's just so. At some point, you must have said to yourself, "I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be on stage.
Yeah. I did.
I'm going to play saxophone. No, clarinet. No.
When I started with the recorder, like I think every young child does to a
yeah.
certain capacity, and then I went to the flute.
Okay.
And,
All right.
And
Yeah.
in like band.
Yeah.
In
Yeah. Yeah.
The
yeah.
flute, yeah. That's just a
School
good-
band. Yeah.
But my brother played guitar, so
Ah, okay. That's the connection.
yeah. And my brother was like an influence, like, or I was inspired by when I was little. Like, looked up to my brother, and that was easy to find. Punk stuff because he had like Dead Kennedy CDs and stuff.
And your brother's a little bit older, or
Yeah, he's older, 8 years older than me.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
So you would know
Yeah.
about that stuff. Yeah.
So I feel like that's how and it went from like grunge because you like Nirvana a lot and stuff, and then I found the punk albums, and then it went off for punk from there. Yeah, and then I took guitar lessons, play guitar.
So
throughout
you
high
just
school.
said guitar is the instrument. That's the one.
Guitar was like I wanted to play live and be cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Okay. And you did that. Look at that. Here you are doing it.
Yeah. But I wanted to be a singer foremost. Like I was singing
Right.
since I was like 5 or something. Like
Well, okay. That's one of my biggest. I didn't realize when I met you, you were playing guitar. You weren't singing. And then I saw you do some vocals. I think what was the name of that band again? Just so that everybody knows.
Egrets and Ergot?
Yeah. Just so
Okay.
they know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Egrets and Ergot.
But the vocals that you were doing when I saw it, again, pre-COVID, were pretty energetic.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Screamy.
very energetic. Like,
Energetic is a good term,
like
yeah.
almost scary. But really cool. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
look at that energy. I mean, unbelievable. And I've seen a lot of energetic singers.
I'm sure you have.
But that was impressive. That was really
Oh, thanks.
like that's just fucking real right there. That's real. That's honest.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the whole thing about punk in the beginning was if there's one word to describe it, would be honest. We're not trying to be fake or trying to be that or whatever. It's just whatever this is. You may hate it, but at least it's honest. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up.
let us face, without panic, the reality of our times.
Prissy Whip.
Yeah.
Now, what's going on? Tell me. So, which band is still current that you're involved with?
They're both like halfway dead. They're
Okay.
they're
But it's
laying
still,
in the hospital bed.
All right. Yeah. Right. An infusion. You're trying to get
Yeah.
blood back into the body. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So there is an album release for Prissy Whip, but it's not. We're not really performing live anymore. And then Egrets is like we might have this reunion at the end of the year, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, because you have your own thing that is called
Crowjane.
Crowjane.
Mhm.
Now, I saw, I don't know when it was because my memory is gone. And it doesn't matter anyway. But I saw you, and there were how many people on stage? 10, 12?
If
A
it
lot
was
of people on stage.
if it was the release show, then
It was an early show.
Okay, then it's a 5-member band, and the release show we had a 10-person choir,
I
like
think it was
female
a
choir.
Zebulon.
Yeah,
Does that ring any bells? Like,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably when the 10-person
yes. That was amazing,
female
though.
choir.
My God. To get that many people on a stage?
I know.
I mean, there's 4 people on a stage, and I want to kill somebody.
To get that many people in
To
a
get that
room
many-
at band practice.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But you
I know.
pulled that off. You did that.
Thanks.
Now, so was that you? Was that you kind of directing that? That was your artistic vision?
Yeah. So there's also something with release shows. Like, I don't know, when I have a release show, if it's my own kind of personal project, like Prissy Whip was primarily the guy's project.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was like singer added on, you know? So when it's my project, there's something about release shows that I like to go big for.
Yeah.
Like Egrets, I decorated a whole room and made it like an art installation for a release show.
Right.
For Crowjane, I knew I wanted to do something like a lot of the songs have some of the songs I wanted to write for like cinema. It has a lot of vocal parts in it, and the first album, because it's kind of experimental, there's even like vocal parts that are the rhythm. So I knew I wanted to do that live with limited backing tracks, like try to do all of it live. And I thought the more voices that were there, the better it could be. But finding a lot of people that wanted to show up, it was kind of easy, but also kind of hard because like not everybody is a trained singer that
they're
is
not.
like super available. So
Yes.
and that's not really my story either, you know.
Right.
So it's like I have a lot of just punk friends that want to
Yeah.
be a part of something fun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. So that was a lot of the singers were just like punk.
So you
girls.
had to take these elements and just kind of make them work.
Yeah.
You did the card. You were dealt certain cards, and you had to make that work.
Yeah. I feel like probably half of them are like trained singers, and
Yeah.
the other half are just like they sing, but they're not trained. But then I have Daniel in my band who's an Egrets too, who is a music teacher and kind of a music wizard. So he was able to break down all the songs and do the sheet music and teach the choir. And then I had my other friend come in and like orchestrate the choir and
Oh,
teach
wow.
them too. Who actually teaches
This
vocal.
was a production.
It was a lot
Now,
of work.
is Daniel? He's the guitar player?
Mm-hmm.
That guy is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's
That guy
amazing.
is good.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He's
Man.
like one of the musicians that I know that are super trained but not stuck in a box.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like
Yeah.
Egrets really helped him get out of the box. But he wrote a dissertation on noise music, so I
There
think
you go.
he's like, yeah, exactly.
So you let him do what he wants.
Yeah,
Because he did that.
yeah,
He wrote that.
yeah,
No, I love that guy. He's so impressive to watch. Really
Yeah.
fun to watch.
yeah,
And just so musical.
yeah,
Just like, man, he's good.
yeah,
That's great. I mean, that's very fortunate. I don't want to say lucky. It's just fortunate
yeah,
to know someone like that and to have them involved with your
exactly.
projects. So Crowjane, for you was going to be what? Was it? It wasn't just going to be some punk band,
Correct.
okay? It was going to be a much more artistic thing, and we'll get into kind of how it's evolving. But because I want to mention those records, that vinyl output a little bit. But is that something you were thinking from the very beginning? Like, I'm not sure exactly what this is going to be, but I really want to express whatever I have. I want it out.
Yeah, I mean, it like literally started as therapy. Like,
Okay.
I was just freshly getting sober, and Paul, who's
Okay,
like
yes.
my close friend and recording engineer, he was like, he was already sober and stuff, and he was just like, you're going through a lot of shit. I'm gonna lock you in the studio, and we're gonna make a bunch of songs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
Oh my God.
To know really
You are
cool
lucky.
people.
Well, but I mean, I'm just counting all the people that I've known who had to go into some form of rehab, and I'm still counting. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's
I'm
a
only
million.
halfway there. Okay.
Yeah.
But my point is that, and I love every one of those people. Oh my God, some didn't make it, but
Yeah.
But that's always the advice. That's always the advice. If you're doing that, if you're having to slay that beast, put that energy into creative efforts. And it is the very best thing to do. But so few people are able to do it.
Yeah.
Some can, and then you hear an album's worth of songs, or you hear whatever. I mean, that's how it works for them. And you were able to do that. That's amazing. That makes me even more impressed now
Thanks.
with the stuff that I've heard.
I feel like if I was lucky to have the push, like if I was on my own, like sat in a room, I don't know if I would have done it.
Well, it's a beast.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Yeah. Well, so then that's like the first album, right? Was just I honestly never thought those songs would see the light of day. It was just therapy release songs.
And the first album, actually, I had a little question about the first album was
Mater Della Rosa.
okay. So it's the Del Rosa album.
Yeah.
All right. Because when I was looking all this stuff up and getting it all kind of planted, I saw like the same years for some things, and I was like, well, which one came out actually first?
Yeah.
Which one didn't? So that was a full-fledged album.
Yeah.
And that was incredibly creative output.
Thanks. Yeah, it's like, so when it's just me and Paul,
Yeah.
like I knew, like I was inspired by Creatures, and I knew I wanted to do something tribally, but I don't play percussion instruments, so we would experiment with how can we get percussion sounds that aren't just like samples, right? And sometimes I'm like playing a tom, but so we did a bunch of different things on like bed railing, and like we had like cat litter in a jug one time, and like a bowl in a silver or ball in a silver bowl.
Wow, I didn't think cat litter. It's like a maraca. That's great.
Yeah, like whatever we could find in the studio.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted it to be really progressive, so it was kind of coming from that angle. And then of course I'd write guitar stuff, and then whatever bass lines. I think bass was actually kind of minimal. Actually,
Now those songs are yours. Is that the case?
Yeah, between me and Paul.
You and Paul.
Yeah.
So joint effort.
Yeah.
Truly, or
it depends on the song. Like some of the piano songs, he wrote the piano.
Yeah. Okay.
But the songs that have more, like I write the guitar lines,
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And vocals.
And vocals. And yeah.
Wow.
So that's kind of how all that started.
Now, was it cathartic in any way? Like, okay, I've achieved something here. I've made a lot of progress. Were you able to measure that from, in that process to get back to where you really wanted to be, or was it you just felt like, okay, well, that was a stepping stone, and now there's just more and more and more of this?
It definitely felt like a stepping stone. Like I'm I'm felt accomplished, but like I said, I never thought I was gonna release those songs. So it felt like a stepping stone to something else that I could do that's maybe more advanced.
It was less than a year ago. Karen was returning from a visit to her favorite Aunt Margaret in the small township of Springfield.
And let us prepare for survival, understanding the weapon that threatens us.
The studio that Paul records at is Kitten Robot Studios, owned by Josie Cotton. And then Josie wanted to start a record label. So she started Kitten Robot Records. And Paul was like, let's release those songs. Let's make an album and release those songs and have you be an artist on the label. So that's how that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you didn't think those songs would be released?
No, like I literally just thought it was my diary, like in songs. Like, and I don't know, I just liked listening to them sometimes, but it felt too kind of like exposed to release them.
Well,
and
okay.
And
honesty, there it is.
I know, but it was almost like too honest. Like it was also each song was like about an ex, and like it was just some stuff that I felt like if I put it out in the public, like people are gonna get mad and just feel
but
exposed. Yeah,
you got to do it. I mean, because you're living your story.
Yeah.
And other people have been involved in that story, but you're interpreting it your way, and you got to do it.
Well, and what's interesting about that is that even if, like, in the moment I was writing these songs out of, like, what anger or whatever sadness that was, like, happening because of a person, as time passed, all those words were just, like, about me.
Yeah.
For the most part, too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, my experience throughout these situations and how it was affecting me because it's, like, you know, my part in it. But,
well, I mean, that's why it mattered.
Right.
You know, that's you're dealing with that other thing.
Yeah.
But you're also kind of working through all those.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing. Not everybody has that ability or fortune, let's call it again, to be able to work through things like that in an artistic way. And it's just so great to do that because you're affecting people that you don't even know that you're affecting. You're helping people you don't know. And I know that from experience.
Yeah.
I would get people that would write to me and say, oh, yeah, that Gun Club song about murdering that guy in Mardi Gras, God, it really helped me through it. Like, oh, really? You did? Okay. Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Awesome.
But that's what you did. And that's
Yeah.
that thing's so incredible, and it lives forever.
I mean, I hope it's helped some people. I don't know if it's like gotten as much
did.
popularity as Gun
It
Club.
doesn't. No. I'm telling you, it finds a way.
Yeah.
They just find a way to get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Gun Club is not popular.
I mean, it is now like an underground popularity.
Yeah, I guess so.
Underground
It's not making my car
legend.
payment. So.
I mean, that's just
But
the music
it doesn't matter.
world.
It's the same thing. To me, it's the same.
Yeah.
That it gets out there, and if you affect somebody's life in that way, I mean, I was so impressed by that, and you're doing that. You don't know it, but you're doing it. And eventually you'll know it. Somebody will, 2 years from now, hey, 4 years ago, you really, that fucking song was so great. It really helped me get through a rough time. It's going to happen. And, of course, the more you put out, it's just going to happen more and more. So it's kind of a great thing. I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
Part of it. Somebody can take a murder ballad and feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
Great.
I feel like I've done that.
I did something.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's fantastic. I mean, I love the fact that you worked through all that. And that's why it's going to relate to so many people. But that stuff, it's hard for me to believe that you didn't think that was, man, that's really good stuff.
Thank you.
I mean, of course it's worthy. What are you talking about? Put that out. So
well,
then
I'm
you
glad
went.
I did.
Well, so okay. So what was the next release? Was it? It was a single, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we did some kind of like mastering and stuff. Like when I realized, okay, now I'm on a record label. Now I have a vinyl, and I have hundreds of vinyls, and I need to sell them.
Yes.
And now I need to make a band out of this solo project and perform it live and try to sell these records, right? So then that's when I chose Daniel to be like my partner in crime on it.
Yeah.
And we put together a band. We talked about the release show, how we wanted to go about the songs. So when we were working through the songs, we kind of like found some ways to make some of the songs more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So then we released different versions of some of the songs from that album.
Oh, okay. I see.
And which are really cool. I feel like we did a good job on that.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh my God, very impressive.
Thank you.
Just really cool stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then from there, we started writing new material after that. Once there was a band, I mean, I still a lot of the time write the songs or start them in the studio with Paul, or Daniel, but.
Oh, in the studio?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
And then we teach the band. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's only recently that they started kind of writing their own parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, it's your show. If you trust them,
Yeah.
musicians can be really, really creative and add things. But if you've got a, pretty precise
Yeah.
vision,
Well, and sometimes it's like just due to time or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the studio, I'm writing, and like no one else is there, and I just start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm busy or whatever.
yeah. Now, all that's going on. I know my hands are fucking annoying. So all that's going on. Music. You're not a teenager anymore.
Yeah.
Somewhere, please tell me where, you have this equally intense interest and passion. I don't know how else you could do it without that. For what you're doing professionally, which is a professional makeup artist.
down as its most important destructive agent.
Where were we? Oh, yeah.
Makeup, film.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was my next question was, so the makeup that you do, is that primarily for movies? Is it also television? What is it? What do you do this for? Who's buying this?
Well, it's kind of all over the place, but primarily episodic television and film.
Films? Any
Films.
titles? Do these films have names?
Yes.
And what would they be?
Well, it's like whatever the job asks for, So it's like not every film is something that I would necessarily watch on my own. Like I actually hope my career gets to that point where it's like I am only working on films that I am super passionate about. And some are cool nonetheless, but for one, like Guardians, the new Guardians of the Galaxy, like I was never a Marvel person, but I knew that getting a Marvel job was a big deal, right?
Yes.
And that job was amazing. That's like one of my favorite jobs I've ever worked. Like the makeups were amazing. We surpassed Planet of the Apes for having the most prosthetic makeups on set.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And the people were fun. Everyone I was working with, I was in Georgia for like half a year, so it was just a cool experience. And the movie, it was fun for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, good music in there. And I've done a lot of like B-movie horrors. And a lot of sci-fi. Like for a few years, I feel like it was just back-to-back sci-fi. Like when I first got into the makeup union, one of the bigger jobs that I got was Star Trek Picard. So I got to do 3 seasons of the Star Trek, the only Star Trek that shoots in LA now, although it's over. But so I got to do that, and then I did Madam Web. I helped with Madam Web, Guardians of the Galaxy, and there was another Marvel one. But so I kind of got picked up into like sci-fi Marvel universe for a little while.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of back to like B-movie horrors. So it just, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And whatever job hires me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, it's a living.
Yeah.
And you're in the union. Was that difficult to?
It was. I probably could have gotten to the union a lot sooner, but I didn't really care about it when I first started doing this. So a friend of mine was trying to get in, or she just got in. She convinced me to get into the union. So I had to just get all the hours together, all the proof of what I've done, and it was like $6,000 or some odd money.
Yeah.
And I was pretty broke at the time, so I had to save, and I got some people to help me pay for that. So it worked out.
Well, because I know there's a lot of back and forth about, union production, non-union production. There's always kind of a, at loggerheads about that stuff. Because when I was in the Writers Guild, and so I had to join that, and I had to pay the money, and I had to show the scripts and everything.
Okay.
And but that meant once I was in, that's all I could work on. If I did work on something else, boy, you really had to keep that quiet.
Oh, really?
I'm not in the union anymore, so it doesn't matter.
It's more loose for makeup artistry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's just if you're on a non-union project that is kind of trying to go through a loophole to stay non-union so they don't have to pay some for certain things, then that's when the union wants you to call to try to flip it.
Oh, okay.
Or if they're breaking some rules, then the union wants to get involved.
Right, sure.
But they don't care if I go to like there's a group of producers that I'm friends with that are they write scripts based off of different places in the world that they get inspired by. And so all those are non-union. They're like travel jobs, small crew. So like the union doesn't care about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's great for you. I mean, if there's work, there's work.
Yeah.
You can take it.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, is it fun to do? It must be kind of exacting, and I mean, depending on the job, obviously, but
Yeah.
you've got to have people. I mean, do you create do you create things while people are sitting in a chair, or is it other stuff that you create that then goes on to them? How does it work? Because I want a facelift like next week, and I'm just wondering if maybe some of the things that you do would help. No, uh, that wasn't very encouraging. No, it's not. No matter what I do, it's not going to help.
I could tape you up. I could put some face,
Yeah. Okay. Good.
some
That's
face
fine. We'll
tape
start
on
there. I love it. But no, I mean the work itself. It's
Yeah.
got to be sometimes kind of painstaking, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like tour, you know? It's like you love it and hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
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 Right. You
The
know.
trouble, I love non-union still, you know? I want to get paid good money because
Yes.
I need to keep the roof over my head.
Amazing that you would want
But
to get paid good money. Yeah.
yeah, but not always, you know? And
Yeah.
then, there's more like, that's not true. I was going to say more drive and more passion, but I don't know. There's like this grittiness to non-union life that is
Yeah.
cool.
Very
But
cool.
but the trouble is like when if you're shooting, even in union world, shooting like 15 hours is exhausting. And then in non-union world, if they really need to finish, they'll just like they'll just 24 hours, not care, you know?
Right. I've heard the
So,
stories.
Yeah.
Yes. Us screenwriters, we just went home and went to sleep. But you guys had to go to work.
Yeah, the onset.
Do
the
those
onset
all
life.
nighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but still, I mean, that's fascinating. God damn, that's a great thing to have. I know once you're on the inside, it's like people, you get up on stage, it must be the greatest thing in the world. It sucks, dude. Don't ask me about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. But still, there are times when you just kind of stand back and go, man, that's so much fun to do.
Yeah.
This is so cool. So lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I've like seen really cool parts of the world working on films.
I bet.
There.
Where? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
where? What's cool? What in this world is cool? Where? I want to know. I'm just curious.
Like I was in the Arctic for
Ooh, no
a little
kidding.
over a month filming there. It's a psychological thriller at an abandoned coal mine on this little island that's like, I was like 3 hours away from the North Pole.
I was going to say above the Arctic Circle. And
Yeah.
so at the kind of the top of the world. Did
Yeah.
you feel like you were afraid you would fall off and like go rolling down? Or
No, I was like subtly
happen.
afraid to get eaten by a polar bear, but
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a bunch of Russians with guns there just in case.
yeah. Well,
So
you know, Russians, guns, whatever. That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like just different like jungles in Mexico. I mean, I filmed all over the U.S., but you know, the more exotic places are a little more thrilling.
Well, you've been doing this for how long?
I mean, I started when I was 18, and I'm 35 now, so
Wow.
however long that is.
You've got some experience.
But I knew I wanted to do it like in high school. Like you were kind of starting to ask me that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was a painter. I was
Oh.
and just an artist. I draw like in bushes in high school and stuff.
So now we're answering that question.
Yeah.
What the hell did this start?
Yeah. And I
That's
would paint
cool.
a lot of creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
And just like weird. I love surrealism. I love Dali.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about like, what am I gonna do with my life after high school, I was like, something about me knew that if I went to a art college,
Uh-huh.
I would mostly just drink a lot and paint and learn some things, and then be deeply in debt 4 years later.
That's what art college is.
Yeah. Like a part of me kind of
That's
knew
funny.
that.
Yeah,
And there's something
right.
so like archaic seeming about wanting to be a painter. Like I'm gonna grow up and be a painter. Seemed like, what is this?
Did you go to art college?
No. I was like, what can I do that is still painting?
Yeah.
That isn't I'm gonna become a painter.
Yes.
And my dad, like, there's a lot of Predator in my house, and CSI, and Fifth Element, and it was when I was watching those movies that I was like, oh, I could just paint people and like work in movies, and I loved movies.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a
Well, you must have been kind of intimidated though, just to have that vision or that thought, but then to actually do it. How do I do it? Where do I go? I mean, but you did.
Yeah.
You did it.
I didn't know exactly how to go about it, but I researched it, and I went to makeup school.
Oh, okay.
So
You were putting the pieces together,
yeah,
building the road.
yeah, like right out of high school, I went to makeup school, and then my effects teacher. I was like one of the only people in my class that actually took it seriously.
Yeah.
And my effects teacher took me under his wing, and he started to bring me on to stuff.
Oh, there you go. That
Yeah.
was the initial breaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got into like effects shops. So it's like when you're asking me like how does it get to the point where you're on set applying things on the actor, like for a while I worked in effects shops, which is like where they're building prosthetics or
Okay, right.
whatever it is that the film needs. So I worked in those, and then I started to work on set more frequently. So it's like sometimes for movies, I'm building stuff in my garage that I'm then taking to set, or if the production is big enough, I'm hiring effects shops to make whatever it is that the script needs, and then picking it up from them and applying it on set. 'Cause there's like amazing artists in effects shops that don't really get some of the credit that they deserve.
Really?
You know,
Yeah.
there's sculptors, there's molders, there's fabricators, there's so many
Oh, I bet,
painters,
yeah.
there's so many,
Whole
you know.
underground army of
Mm-hmm.
people like that. Well, I mean, that's one of the questions that people always have. Well, how do you do it? How do you get in? It's often so much a, there really is no way. You just like you did. You just start learning about it. You focus on that. That's what you want, and then as little things pop up here and there, opportunities, whatever it is, you just pursue it.
Yeah.
And if you're fortunate, it all works out like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it will for everyone, but it's always fascinating to me because everybody seems to have, whatever it is that you're doing, a very unique way that they found
Right.
into it. And then as soon as they get there, they start bitching.
I've done a lot of that too.
Fuck, I hate this. Why am I doing this? God,
Yeah.
I just wanted to go and be a camper in a national forest and just talk to bears. But
Well,
instead, I'm making tons of money on a Hollywood stage.
I think before I got into it, I didn't quite realize this kind of like in general layer of toxicity that the film industry has.
Yes.
Like I'm sure a lot of industries have that, but there's a lot of ego and prestige in the industry. And I think that was a learning curve, like just dealing with people's personalities, I can make art all day.
But you must have some of that. I mean, you've been doing this a long time. They must look at you as like, whoa, she's this queen, this princess, this
No.
makeup. No, seriously, you've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So you must have built. I don't know that they have a real figured out kind of hierarchy.
Yeah, they
As
do.
far as your seniority and everything.
Yeah.
But you've been doing something a long time. Obviously, you were just saying, I get these different people to start working, or these houses to start building things. And
Yeah.
so you wield some power.
It was here that something took place which gave her extraordinary powers.
However, many buildings of sturdy construction, even though close to the explosion, remained standing.
When I got into the union, even you're kind of with the rock stars too. So, I'll be working at a station on set, and I'm next to Bill Corzo, who has done like every amazing movie ever. He's just any cool movie you could think of, he's probably worked on
He's
it.
been in, yeah.
And he's an amazing artist. So I'm like in a cesspool of just amazing artists. Yeah. So when I show up to set with people like that, I'm like, imposter.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I feel like
I
an
know.
amateur, and they look at me like some little girl that doesn't know shit. You know?
Because you'll be them.
I
At some
hope
point,
so.
you will be them.
I mean, the sort of makeup artists as rock stars thing kind of died, but it's like
Well,
if you win an Oscar or something, you know,
yeah,
that's when
you
people
get that official recognition. Then,
Yeah.
yeah, then you will be wielding a big stick.
Yeah.
People
I'm
will beat
in
that.
the running for an Emmy this year, which is like
No kidding.
the first time that
Oh my God.
that has happened. So, but it's for a show that. Never mind.
Okay.
It's not. It's not something. It's not. I didn't create like the most amazing makeups ever. So, and it's just a statue, really.
But you're in the running for an Emmy.
But it's a cool thing too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not totally poo poo it.
The way Hollywood works, yeah.
Yeah.
And you get that. And it's certainly, at least within the industry,
Yeah.
then, yeah, your stick just grew.
Yeah.
My only experience was just getting that close to a show that went into production at a major network, which I can't really talk about because I don't know if they want me to talk about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
There's only one other show, and they take a very, very long time to decide on new shows that get greenlit. And we had that script, and it went there, but it lost out to a show that eventually never saw air. It never went into production. So I don't know. Still don't really understand what we lost to, but I just knew that it's like all these little things that you get may not seem like much to people that are not doing that work, but it's really important. You know, like screen credit, really important. Oh my God, you're suddenly now have a footing that you just did not have before. Obviously, if you win an award like an Emmy, you have real footing. You know, just based on those things, people don't realize how important they can be. So I hope you win.
Thanks.
For whatever it is that you wouldn't tell us about.
I mean, I could tell you the name of the show. It's called Dr. Odyssey.
Okay.
It's like a Ryan Murphy. It's like Love Boat meets.
Love Boat meets.
Love Boat meets Dr. Nip Tuck. I don't know.
Who cares? Look, who cares? You get the award for. Sometimes it's the least likely thing, or the thing that you spent 5 minutes on.
Yeah.
You know, I worked on this production. I worked hours and hours and hours, and nobody gave a shit. I did this for 5 minutes. I win an award. That's just what happens.
I know. It's
and
true.
you know, you don't care because you'll be, home that night just gloating. It'll feel so good.
Yeah.
You'll get up the next morning, and suddenly, man, I'm a different person. I'm really powerful now.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna go
probably
kick some ass.
I'll probably still feel the same.
The principal dangers of blast are flying glass and debris.
That's the best thing to do, though, is to feel like that,
Yeah.
like the imposter, always, as long as you can. Those people that were right next to you that are all that, they probably still feel that way, too.
He does, actually. We talked about it.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Because that keeps them on this side of that
Yeah.
ego monster,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
all
just
that
humble.
stuff, and keeps your edge. You're at the point of attack always if you're on this side of it. So it's great to feel like that. I mean, I know I was probably one of the best drummers that ever lived, but I never thought that.
I do love your drumming. Or the Gun Club. I only have a few like band tattoos, and Gun Club is going to be one of them.
That was a joke, you understand.
But I think
am
you're a
not
good
one of
fucking
the best
drummer.
drummers ever. Not even close. I could name off 5 young guys that I know right now in bands. Oh, they're so good. I mean,
That doesn't
really
mean
impressive.
that you're not good, though.
No, I kept a beat. That's about it. But speaking of music, and that's why I'm looking at my phone, I'm not checking my messages. I don't, write some comment. Why is he checking messages on the... Wait a minute, I'm going to check one message. Oh, that, yeah. They just want me to renew a prescription. You put out a a lot of stuff. But I did want to talk a little bit about that single Gallows.
Yeah.
And now this other person, Blaine Renninger,
Yeah.
is it? Who's that?
Tuxedo Moon, violinist. Yeah.
That's a really beautiful thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's just nice, really nice. And
Thanks.
this was the last thing, not the last thing, but I mean, as far as musically, I mean, your vocals.
Oh, thank you.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Thanks.
I had no idea. I saw you with that band that first time. And
Yeah, saw me
cranking it out,
screaming.
but- yeah, and then that,
Yeah,
and
there's
I'm
more
like,
layers.
but that's a beautiful voice.
Thank you. So to tie them together, like sometimes on these film adventures, I'm inspired for music, right?
Yeah.
So that song, I was shooting a movie in a castle in France, in north of France, and the director / producer, well, not director, sorry, producer / actor, he plays piano. So we were in this castle. When we were done filming, we'd all just hang out. People would be drinking, and there was a room with a fire pit or fireplace and a piano. So he'd get usually pretty drunk, play piano and stuff. One of the times he was playing a melody that I thought was really pretty, so I recorded it on my phone. So that's part of that melody is what he was starting to play in this castle in France. And then we went to go see, I mean, everywhere, there's like castles everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So we adventured to a different castle that was on an island.
Go down the list.
Yeah, it's like, we kind of like made fun of that when we were there, where it's like, I don't know, you want to go see another old building today? Because it's like all there's, So there was this group of guys on the castle on the island, and it's the one where the water, when it recedes, you could walk around, but then the
right.
Mount Michel,
Saint Michel.
yeah, So there was like a religious group of guys there, and they were walking around the castle singing, and their voices were echoing like in the mountain and in the castle. So I recorded it because it sounded beautiful.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted that to be in the track too. And we kind of like, me and Paul kind of like mixed it in and made it sound more experimental than what they're just them singing. But and then the words too were inspired by like the script that we were writing out there and filming.
Okay, so let's just kind of bring it up to date. So Crowjane is moving forward. Who's in the band right now?
Daniel Munoz and Lisa Lex, who's his partner, and Shock on drums, and currently it's Christine, who also does backup vocals on bass, and then Mika Carlson also does backup vocals, and she's like a trained opera singer that I met off of Jeton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got, what is that, 6, 7
7.
people? 7.
Yeah. Which I did do a tour with all 7 of them up the coast, and that was it was fun, but it was hard. Just like
logistically,
yeah,
maybe some issues here. And there.
the van and the places to stay was expensive. So I don't know if I would tour with all 7 again, but
That was my next question. So if you were gonna do a tour, because I know that's gonna have to happen at some point here soon, would you strip that down and just take a lean, mean, fighting Crowjane machine on the road?
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
And then maybe just save, like, or the way I'm reworking it now is if you're doing backup vocals, you're also playing an instrument,
Yeah.
And then saving like Mika for the big shows.
Sure. Yeah.
Like she doesn't. I feel like because we played like a little bar in Tacoma, Washington. Like they don't the Tacoma, Washington bar with 5 people in it doesn't need
Does
the
not
whole
need that, no.
production.
You're a trooper for doing it. But no. And it's not, I hate saying that. Because we have been scheduled to play shows and we just drove right on through town and didn't even stop. Because it's like, it's too small. I don't want to do it. You want to keep going? Yeah, let's keep going. And I feel horrible about that. But sometimes it's just what you do.
I know.
But you do it. And then once you do it, like in that situation, you kind of realize, well, but God, this is costing us kind of a lot to do that. So a real
Yeah.
tour. Well, you wouldn't book Tacoma anyway.
You know, actually, before I went out there, like my friend Justin was like, "I played a great show in Tacoma, Washington," so I was excited for that one. But I think it's just the place that I played and the booker that I chose. But someone that attended that show was like, next time you come out, like I'll book you. Like my friends played like a goth fest out there.
That can
that I guess
happen.
Was
Yeah.
decent. So
Yeah.
I think it exists. It's just you got to know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes you play, and it makes an impact, but then it reverberates over
Yeah.
time, and then when you come back, it's 5 times more people.
Right.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, weird, but it's really cool. So
Yeah.
are you thinking about something? I mean, obviously you're very busy with a lot of things, but would you like to go on a tour, like America? I mean, I think Europe would be a place to go.
I mean, it's my dream to tour Europe. It hasn't
Yeah.
happened yet. It's supposed to happen with Egrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then COVID happened. So
Well, that was a long time ago now.
I know.
You guys could go.
Yeah, I just have to book it, or like I was talking to some booking agents, But
Well,
that's
I just
rough.
noticed there's a lot of bands that local bands that are not huge, that are going over there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Death Valley Girls are going. Ellie Witch is about to go again. The Hangmen are always going over there. Everybody's always going over there. I mean, when we did it in the '80s, and it wasn't very expensive, but still, it was expensive for the time.
Yeah.
And you got to get somebody to drive and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, you just got to do it. I mean, all those bands you mentioned, like they're probably getting paid decent, and they have booking agents.
I guess so.
But
Well, you guys, you guys really deserve to have all that.
thank you.
You should have it. You will have it. I think it's just going to be pretty amazing when this finally starts to resonate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's great about her and the things that she's doing. They just fucking work. They're concepts that actually work. I've gone to concepts that I had to stay, and it just, I was starting to scrape the paint off the walls, because usually a concept, is not going to work because somebody just doesn't have the vision that you do, or the artistic kind of see the whole picture, and then be able to realize that, through this voice and that guitar and those drums, but you're able to do that. So very impressive, Heather. Excellent job. Man, I can't wait to hear what you guys are going to do in the future. I hope you win that Emmy for, what was it, Love Boat Part 2? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Dr. Odyssey.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, Dr. Odyssey, whatever. I love the Love Boat. I just think it's fantastic. Now, whatever. I hope you win, because you're going to be that guy that you were talking about soon enough, eventually. So,
Yeah,
is there
hope so.
anything else that you want to say? I mean, I know you have a show coming up locally, July 24th
Yeah.
at the
Slipper Clutch.
Slipper Clutch, which I hear that they've expanded the stage a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Proper stage.
Proper stage.
Yeah.
And so we can actually see the band now. That's going to be a really fun show. That's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask the Zach if I can go. I'm going to get permission to go. Sorry, Zach, I had to say your name. But anyway, thank you, Heather,
Thanks for having
for doing
me.
this. I really appreciate it. And if she ever comes to your town to play a hootenanny or something, you better go and see them, because they're worth it. She's got 25 people on stage. And some of them are opera singers, and you'll just love it. The energy is good.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, Heather. Appreciate it.
Cut.
Cut, Zach. Cut it. Was that all right?
That's great.
Yeah,
Zach,
wasn't
you
it?
think?
Oh,
You were-
fuck. This one was all fucked. Nah, this one.